Hello, my name's Mrs. Renyard and I'm the subject lead for history here at Ripley St Thomas. Why should you study A-level history? Well, you should study history if you're interested and if you enjoy it. That's maybe why you chose it for GCSE. If you like finding out information for yourself, questioning historical sources, looking at both sides of the argument, making your own arguments, discussion and debate are really important and they're a crucial part of A-level history. Also, history is a facilitating subject, so it's the subjects that are most commonly required or preferred by universities to get onto a range of degree courses. History is a really flexible course because it's recognised as being intellectually rigorous, as well as teaching skills that are really easily transferable into many different areas. Most of all, however, you should choose A-level history if it means spending 2 years here at sixth form doing something that you love. For A-level history, we do 3 exams and a piece of coursework. The first paper is Britain 1625 to 1701. So we look at the causes and events of the English Civil War, we look at the interregnum period, and we look at the Glorious Revolution. These are areas that you might not have studied in a lot of depth lower down in school, but they're really interesting and so important to modern day politics. So we'll look at the key features of monarchical and republican rule in Britain in the 17th century, but also broader social, economic and religious change, and the decisive shift in the balance of power between Crown and Parliament. For example, the Civil War. It is a period that you might not know a lot about, but at least 1 in 10, or perhaps as many as 1 in 5 men in England and Wales fought in this civil war. And there was huge bloodshed in Ireland and Scotland as well. It's been calculated that the loss of life in proportion to the national population at the time was greater than that than in the First World War. Also, why are we the only nation to have had a revolution, removed our monarchy, and then brought it back with no outside influence whatsoever? We need to ask why. We'll look at the birth of parliamentary democracy and our current political system. Also the beginnings of empire, the transatlantic slave trade, and a huge social change, for example, in the role of women. Paper 2 will look at Russia 1894 to 1924, looking at revolutionary activity and the response of successive governments to the opposition to their rule, for example, the October 1917 revolution. We'll look at the roles of individuals, for example, Tsar Nicholas II. Was he inherently badly suited to his role? He was the last Tsar, bringing an end to 300 years of Romanov rule. We'll contrast him with Lenin, his charisma and his role in the revolution and the formation of the first communist state. Again, really relevant to modern international politics. And then paper 3 will look at Ireland 1774 to 1923. To give you an in-depth understanding of the development of Irish society and Anglo-Irish relations, involving passion, tensions and commitment to different causes that were in many ways irreconcilable. We'll look at where Irish nationalism came from, why are Britain and Ireland so linked, and the relationship between the nations is so crucial for understanding modern day politics. You'll have heard of Brexit, backstop, borders. All of these things can be explained by looking at this aspect of history. Finally, there's the coursework. In the coursework, you'll develop skills of analysis, evaluation, and really importantly, independent research, which is really good for if you're looking to study at university. You'll find an area of controversy that you're interested in, and this can be a whole range of different subjects. For example, women's role in World War I, the extent to which the Holocaust was a long-term plan, and reasons for the end of the Cold War. You just need to find something that you're interested in, and then that's where your research can begin. So history is both interesting and useful. As a history student, you will never experience the events that you study. Instead, you have to build up a picture from the evidence that's been left. So you have to become skilled at asking questions. You have to learn not to take everything at face value. You'll develop empathy and understanding for the actions and achievements of others. You have to be prepared to put your case and argue it well. You have to use evidence and draw conclusions to make judgments. These skills are highly desirable in many different careers, and A-level history is excellent training for any career where you have to use evidence or make decisions, especially where those decisions affect other people. There are so many careers out there that require the skills that a study of history can bring. For example, law, business, finance, accountancy, politics, journalism, to name just a few. Historians are trained to look for bias and prejudice in all the evidence they study. They know human beings often have strong views on many different subjects, which may affect the statements they make. There's no other subject that deals so well with sorting out what is useful and reliable and what must be sifted out than history. Think about the news that you read and social media. Imagine believing every statement that you see and believing everything that politicians say. History will allow you to come to decisions about what other people say and whether you should trust them. There's no better preparation for a different career or just life going forward than what A-level history can offer you.